Well, this ain't no Texas, and this ain't no Hold'em. Like Beyonce says, I gotta lay them cards down, 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 down.
This ain't Texas, ain't no hold'em. Hey, lay our cards down, 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 down.
Watch this clip, and you will see where I was wrong. Believe it or not, I'll admit it, I was wrong. I can't believe it happened. I was pretty darn sure about what I predicted in the video that I did in January. I believe it was right before the beginning of the year, and it was the market update, the warning and the predictions for 2024. So just watch, you'll see what I'm saying. I think the first quarter of 2024 is going to be fairly slow. This is what I'm hearing from everybody, especially in January and February. I think the market will pick up in the spring because it always does. At that time of year, families are looking to move to get into a home prior to the next school year. So if you're someone who needs or wants to buy, I would aim for the first quarter of 2024 if you can. You're going to be facing less competition than you will be in the later part of 2024. So there you have it. I stated very clearly that the first quarter of 2024 was going to be a little slow. And I was right about January. That was slow. I was right about February. Well, not really. Starting about midway in February, just a couple weeks ago, everything started shifting. Everything started changing. Now, guess what? We have multiple offers going on again here in Orlando. So the market has picked up like crazy. And I guess, we're going to break it down today, the reasons why and how the prediction that I gave you from last video. You can watch the whole video if you want, just to see, because the rest of the video is very accurate. It's just that one little part that was wrong. So let's go ahead and go through the market report for Orlando, and then that'll help you understand what's happening. But hey, I'm working in Orlando every day. My daughter and I, Savannah, we're working with clients all throughout the week, and we are running into multiple offer situations. So this is happening. We're seeing it with new homes, older homes, all the different things. But there is one commonality. The homes that are getting multiple offers are in very good condition and priced correctly. And location. Location's also, location, it's location, location, location. That's always the first and the foremost. But condition and also pricing correctly. If those three line up, boom, multiple offers all day long. And I'm seeing it with my listings as well. So let's just break this down real quick for you. And before we get started, I'm Kathy Williams with Team Williams, along with my daughter Savannah Williams, and we are your Orlando Relocation Experts. This channel exists entirely to help you decide if moving to Orlando is the right decision for you. And so we do videos about the market updates like this one today. We do videos about Orlando neighborhoods and suburbs, and we do videos about new construction just to help you be the most informed and be able to make the best decision you can. Now let's move forward with this update on the real estate market, and let's start right now. So beginning with interest rates, and the interest rates are still in the sixes. Earlier this year, they were about at 6.6, and then they have actually gone up and they're closer to 6.9%, which is discouraging, super discouraging, because I thought that 6.6 was the beginning of the interest rates starting to go down. So yes, very discouraging for them to be going back up again, but you can, again, I've talked about this in many different videos, you can obviously buy down the rate, and you can also do some other options that your lender can explain to you that will help you get a better rate without having to pay whatever the prevailing rate is. Just so you know that. That's important to know. And thinking about that, I think more likely than not, most people were thinking, okay, the rates are starting to come down. Let me wait a little bit longer. And then when they started ticking back up, they said, no, let's go ahead and get in the market now. So I think that's kind of what's happening. And also the pent-up demand for homes that people have been experiencing is still happening. So thinking about the interest rate, 6.6% was really good, and it was coming down. So I think people were thinking, let's wait and see if the rates come down before we get into the market. And then when they started creeping back up, then people started diving back in. So I think a little bit of that is what's happening. So if you look at really, talking about pent-up demand, if you look at the number of marriages that have happened in the last 2 years, there's been 6 million marriages. 6 million people have come into retirement age in the last 2 years, and 3 million babies have been born. So you think of all the household changes that are coming forth, we will still have a strong market this year. And provided the rates really do come down towards the end of the year, like the Fed has kind of indicated that they will do, then the market is going to even get stronger at the end of the year. So if you're thinking about getting in the market and you're waiting based on interest rates, don't do that, because there are options to buy down the rate, and you can talk to a lender. We can refer you a lender that will help you get to that point. Now let me run over to prices real quick. Home prices in Orlando, they are holding steady. Year over year, prices have gone up only about 3.3%. So that's good. That's not any crazy wild number. It's just a very steady number. And that's really what we want to see. We want to see a steady market. I know it was exciting when the prices were going up, but that has affected affordability for Orlando. It makes it really hard for people to get the house of their dreams that they were wanting. And that's discouraging. But you can still get a very nice home in Orlando. And I'm sure we could, help you find something that would fit that. But prices are holding steady in Orlando. So I wouldn't say for you to wait based on, let's see if prices go down, because it doesn't appear. They keep going up month over month. So that's where we are with prices. Here's the exciting news. Inventory has gone up 24% year over year. So what we're looking at is more inventory, more selection, which is great for buyers. And again, you're looking to have a selection. You don't want to just have to buy something and have to settle for something just because that's the only thing on the market. You want to have a few choices and options. So we're seeing a little less negotiation than we saw a year ago. Last year, we were able to get a lot more from the seller. We were able to get closing costs and that. And I'm not saying that we can't get that. That is still a possibility, but we're seeing a little bit harder negotiation from the sellers right now. Hey, and if you're finding value in this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you join us on this journey with just keeping up with what's happening in Orlando. So it is exciting to hear about the inventory that's going up in Orlando, and I think that will continue. All of the predictions and all of the indicators are that as the spring market heats up, we're going to have more inventory. So I would expect the next report that I say is that it's going to say that we have even more inventory, like maybe even up to 2 months of inventory, which right now we are at about 2 months. Maybe we'll be up to 3 months of inventory. So that would be pre-pandemic levels, would be getting closer to 3 months of inventory. You can see we're still really low on inventory, so that's causing issues with having options for people. And Orlando is still, it's still a very difficult area. It's not affordable as people think it is. A lot of people call me and they say, oh, here's my budget. And then I show them what we have for that budget. And they're like, oh, no, that's not going to work. I want something nicer than that. So sometimes we have to go further out and that sort of thing. But I tell you, the market is holding steady in Orlando. And I can only talk about Orlando. There's other areas in the U.S. and you might say, oh, well, this area is not doing good or that area is not doing good. I can only report on Orlando because that's the numbers and the data that I have, and that's where I work. So that's how I know what's happening here. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We would love to chat with you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.